and your schedule was completely packed down, and then you were able to spare time with us. You had to manage things very tightly at your end. Thank you very much. So
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
with this, I would request Sakshi to take up.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Good evening to one and all present here. We will be having a session on need of corporates, make it or break it. And we have the guest for today's session, Mr. Deba Prasad Ray, Senior Manager HR at West Incorporation. An XLRI Jamshedpur alumnus with 17 years of strong experience in managing all aspects of human resources, he is being instrumental in setting up HR divisions and managing large-scale HR operations. A career counselor and a certified career coach who believes that a journey is more interesting than the destination. And I personally agree to this point, sir. He is a visiting faculty member and advisor to many business schools in India. A seasoned HR professional with hands-on experience in talent management, performance management, strategic and lean HR, manpower rationalization, and the list goes on and on. We welcome you on board, sir. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So before we, thank you, Farman Sahab. Thank you very much.
It's high time, in fact, for the placements, and we have a lot of companies coming down, and the topic is very interesting. The topic, make it or break it. So okay. Over to you, sir. Over to you.
So thank you very much. Thank you, Sakshi, for such enlarged, introduction. So before we start, if you can allow me to share my screen. So within a very short span of time, we have
yes,
this
sir.
possible.
Rights are given. Rights is given, sir.
Yeah, all you have known that yesterday, tomorrow will be the day when people are writing their CAT exams, and from morning till now, there are 5 sessions I have to complete before you came to you people. So then, this was the commitment. Again, 7 to 8 will be the another session with Career Launcher, where I'll talk to their CAT aspirants for the another hour. Anyway, so what I can do is, let me share my screen. Okay. Now you can see my screen, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, it's visible to all of you?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay. So the topic will be, as you told, you can say it's one of the interesting topic. Many business school talk about it. In last month, there was a session with, TIS Mumbai, and they were having the same demand for the same particular session for year after year. What the people should know before they are going to crack the interview, and once the interview is being cracked, what will make them to stay there and to shape their career. So that's why the topic is named the make it or break it. Either you will make your career, or you have the full chance to break it, even if you don't know how to break it, and it will be break into pieces. So before going to the topic, I'll have a quick exercise. I know the agenda. The agenda will go like this. I'll give you a very quick exercise to all of you, all of the students. You can do it using your pen and paper. That's the ice breaking exercise. That will take around 2 minutes before we'll move on. Then I'll talk about what exactly the corporates needs. Then I'll take if you are selected, if you'll be selected, what will keep you there, and how you will make it or how you will break it. Then I'll have a small video to share with you, that is how the hero charted new paths. Then at last, though this is not the part of the topic, but as Farman told that we should add this is few job search techniques and CV design styles that I will talk about, which will helpful to not you in this particular time of your placements, but that will help you going down the future. And I will have the Q&A sessions at the end of the session. Farman Sahab, it's clear to you?
Yes.
Okay. So let's move with the quick exercise. If you can read the question, you can see the box. Sakshi, you there? If you can read the question for all of us.
Yes, sir, sure. Using 4 straight lines, connect all 9 dots without crossing the same dot twice or lifting your pen from the paper.
That's it. You have to, join all the lines without crossing any line twice, and you should not lift your pen from the paper. That's one of the way to joining these lines. So you may think for 2 minutes and do it on your paper, and whosoever can do it, unmute yourself and let us know how you have done it. So actually you will burn to the time. Once 2 minutes will over, you will say over, then we'll ask people who has done it.
Yes, sir, sure.
The lines should not cross each other. That's the requirement. Okay, anyone want to share if he has done or she has done? Still thinking?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have done, Vijay?
No, sir, not yet. I'm just still thinking.
See, the lines should not cross each other, and all the points should be, should be in the joint form. No point should be missing, or there shouldn't be any point untouched with the other one. Anyone else want to try, or should we move forward? Answer, should we move forward?
Yes, yes, you, yeah,
Okay.
you can.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's clean this, this one. Who has tried? So everyone thought that we are really bounded inside the box, right? So, it has never, even if in the question it has not mentioned that you will not go outside the box. So to join it, you have to think out of this box. If we'll go from here to here, then go out, then go in, then here, and it will be connected. So every time you have to, at the each of the line, you have to go out to connect each line, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
that's the one thing here. This is only one of the ice breaking exercise. Don't go with it. So you'll do it, you'll practice it at your home when you'll have some time. Then how this line comes in. how this line comes in. Just hold on. Just hold on. Let me reshare. Okay. So we'll go outside the box. So that's the way, when we think, we are really, there is a question. When the interviewer asks you a question, we really made ourselves at the time, we make ourselves, bounded with a box, with a particular thought process, where you should think out of the box every time. That's called the out of box thinking. So then moving forward, I'll talk about, there is a very small story before I'll go to the, though we were thinking, even if with Farman, we thought that we'll make it case-based, but offline session, the case-based doesn't happen. It really gives different problems. So before, again, moving forward, I'll talk about a woodcutter and how he lost his dream job. Then at the end, I'll ask you a question, and whosoever is possible, it's really able to answer the question, he can raise the hand or he can unmute and give the answer, right? So please listen to the story. It will take 1 minute to listen, and you have to answer in another minute. Sure? There is a woodcutter. All you have, know this particular word, woodcutter, who cuts the wood at the jungle, and they work with different timber trading companies. So there was a woodcutter who is skilled, who is also motivated, who wants to do something great. So one fine day, he went to a timber trader and asked him, I want to, cut the woods in the jungle for you. Then his manager was there, and he asked him, show him where to cut the trees. So on the first day, he managed to cut 20 trees down, and the days went on. After 5 to 6 days, he only managed to get 10 trees, then 8, then 7. And the day came, he was only able to manage to down only 1 tree in 1 day. His performance was very bad, going very bad, and he himself was disturbed. And with this, he approached the human resource head to help him. For even if he's motivated, he has the skills, he has the tools, but he's unable to manage his performance. So you being the management student, you will be the managers going down the line. So if this is the case for you, what will be your answer? Why his performance was not managed, and he's really, failed in his job, which may lead to termination of the employment? That's the question. Sakshi, you may be thinking on this. You got anyone got the question clear? If there is,
Yes, sir.
there is no clarity, I will have Farman Saab to reframe the phrase.
Yes, his productivity was down. I mean, day one in the job, he was performing very high, and then later on his productivity moved down.
Terribly bad.
Yeah, terribly bad.
So maybe due to loss of focus.
Okay, that one of the answer.
Maybe it's a loss of a skill. They don't know how to do it.
But on the first day, his skill was, at the same place.
Yes, sir.
And he was managed to get 20 trees down.
So there was lack of management
Sir,
support.
Please carry on.
Sir, he's not satisfied with the job.
So maybe lack of
Maybe
working
he find
environment.
that
was-
So I'll request you, if one can speak at a time, that will help us, so that we can know who is saying what. Yeah, please carry on. Who raised the hands? Devendra.
Sir, after 1 day, he is not satisfied with the job. That's why the performance of the person is decreased.
So on the first day it was 20, the second day it was 19, and then on the 19th day it was 1. So you can't say that he is not fond of that job. He's trying his best, and from 20 to 1. Don't you think there is something different is missing here? You as a management student, what do you think? What can be missing?
Yeah, one is talking about the environmental factor. Maybe environmental factor was not positive.
Maybe
Yeah.
one.
The other candidate in the chat box is mentioning the X was blunt.
The who has mentioned that X was blunt?
This is Anirudh.
The X got blunt. Anirudh,
Yes, yes.
really a good applause for you. This is what sometimes we miss when we are having a problem. We really go with the wider view of the prospects, right? We never go into the deeper or very minimum concept or minimum tool that is missing. So Anirudh, thank you very much. You have given the correct answer. So the X, that the tool that he was using, he may forgot to sharpen it. So that's the reason, even if being the skills, being the focus, he is really motivated, but still he's losing somewhere. Right. So that's the problem, that he's not able to manage to stay there or manage to perform. So what exactly the learning you are getting from this thought, this discussion? Rather than writing on the chat box, it will better if you can unmute your phone and talk to me, because virtual interview is going to be the reality and it's going to stay here. That I'll talk about in my next slides, how you have to manage that virtual interviews and to succeed on that. So you tell me, anyone, what exactly you got a thought from this discussion?
So
Any managerial thought? Yeah, please carry on.
Instead of focusing on the external factors first, I think first we should look upon the aspects which we are dealing with internally. That is the tool, that is which he was using, right? The X. So repeatedly using that X made it blunt. So he should focus on this point, that repeatedly he should, make that X so sharp that it should not affect its productivity.
So, okay, that's one good thought. Anyone else? Thinking that you are the manager of this woodcutter, what thought or what learning you may got?
Sir, needs to change tools or skills situation to situation or time to time, so we can get more better productivity as a coordinator.
Great. That's one of the good thought, and that's the actual thought. Anyone else? I'll request all of you to participate, even if there is a stupid answer. Don't be afraid of that. Give the answer. That's the way we have to communicate. My job is not to hear Pawan Chab called me just to make things actually reflect in your front what you learned, how you can go forward. So don't take it very seriously. And anyone should come up, speak something. Yeah, who raised the hand? Raj and Prince. Yes, Prince, you can come forward.
Yes, sir. Sir, before looking for the problem, we must be aware what the problem is.
Really great one, great answer. Yeah, what the problem is, because once you identify the problem, the 50% battle is win. You really won the 50% of the battle. That's great. Then someone else raised the hand.
Yes, it is Raj. It was Raj.
Raj, please.
Sir, yes, sir. After identifying the problem, as a manager, he needs to take action to you and to learn new things that can be sharp again. And he found back his zeal and enthusiasm to work.
You can be a good manager after you become the manager. That's one. Don't take it in a negative way. What happens is someone is the manager from the day one, even if the management skills is inbuilt inside, and someone become the best manager when they got the managerial position to work on that. You can be a good manager going forward. You can be a good manager in future. No worries. Anyone else? Okay, thank you. Okay, sure. Then moving forward, this is one of the click I have given to you, then so that we can discuss how it will be affecting your career and how you will make it. Here, another very small question. Maximum of the customers of a hotel, they have complained the tea served to them, they have received it with, as if, very cold, even if the tea is not really hot or really how it should be. जब उनको चाय मिलता है, चाय थोड़ा ठंडा मिलता है. The hotel is a very nice hotel, but still, when they are doing the assessment of the customer complaints, customer feedback, the management identified maximum of the customers, they have complained the tea served is cold. So what kind of 3 major reasons the tea is coming to the table cold? What kind of 3 major reasons? You as an
Delay in
manager,
delivering by staff.
delayed in delivering by staff. Second, if you have to give the reason, you have to give the 3 reasons.
So because of the pot they are using, they must be not as effective that it should be. Like
Second.
if they,
Second, this is your second answer.
yes, sir.
What about the third?
So maybe whatever pot or whatever the kettle they were using, that not that effective that it should be. Like if they are using aluminum or anything steel like that, they have to be more effective while they were using. Maybe sure. Maybe I'm not sure.
Anything else?
Correct.
Anything else in third one? Third one.
So maybe the management was not strong in that hotel. So the employees or the staff, they are not focusing on their customers.
Management is not, but customers are not complaining anything else about the staff. They are complaining only the tea served to them is really cold. So you can blame the management. If I am not getting the placement, maybe Farman Sahab will be blamed. That's not the case. I'm not doing the advocacy for Farman Sahab, but yes, that happens with the engineering and management colleges.
Yes.
So management never play a role when it's execution. Management is to manage, to monitor, to ensure that things are being executed. If myself as a manager, I'll execute the recruitment process, I'll execute the hiring process, or I'll execute the performance management process, then I'm not a manager, I'm an executive, right? So manager has to do nothing with that. He has to just manage and ensure that things are happening. So management has to do nothing much in this tea service. Think as an management student. Don't think as a common man. Then you'll get the answer. 3 answers. And you have given 2 of the answers. Maybe the staff is delaying the service. Once the tea is made, they may be delaying. That's the reason the customers are getting the time between the making the tea and the time between delivery. There's a long gap. So tea is coming cold. And second one is maybe they are using a different pot that is not really hot, accumulating hot at the time, or it is making the tea cold sooner. The third we are missing. These are two internal factors. There can be I'm giving a hint.
Maybe the distance between the kitchen and the where they serve their guests to the tea. Maybe the distance is equally matters.
That's the internal factor. These 2 are internal factor.
Yes,
there
sir.
can be an external factor that is affecting this customer service, right? What
Yes.
that can be. Every time you can blame the internal people.
When we have the staff is low, one of the reasons in the chat box.
One of the that's again coming, sir, internal as well as external factor. You have given very sharp reason. During COVID there are less the number of staffs, and that's the reason they are not getting the staffs as well. So that's internal, both external. Another reason can be, don't you think the hotel can be situated in a cold place? It is somewhere in Kulu and Manali. That can be one of the reasons.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
So in that way, you have to get 10 reasons to make your mind sharp, so that when there will be a case study based interview, behavioral BI interview, you have to click those interviews. If you'll say the management is strong, the management is not approachive, The management is not having strong hold. You are blaming something. You are not looking something out of it. You are really having that I will talk in the next session, next slides. Okay. These are the quick two of the very quick case. I can say these are not the actual case studies. If it will be an offline session, we can have a written case study at the time. So moving forward, what is this word says?
Ask.
Ask.
So what can be the full form of this? So A, S, K, they are different.
So
Sir,
knowledge,
actions,
skills and abilities.
Attitude and abilities. Okay,
sir,
attitude and
action, speak, and knowledge.
action, speak, and knowledge. These three are different, my friend. Action is something different. You have to act. And the skill and knowledge, they are in
knowledge,
different.
skill, and ability.
So knowledge, skills and abilities.
That is one of the old old school thought. Abilities, skills, and knowledge. That is correct. 80% you are correct, but a small change is here.
Sir, always seek knowledge.
that's really good, but we'll discuss that later. But in the particular case, I am asking for the three major things that are the need of the corporates post-COVID. Number one is not ability, not always seek knowledge. Number one is only your attitude. Because skills can be taught, knowledge can be earned, right? Once you are in, you can know different skills to work. You can read books, you can attend seminars, you can do other things, you can gain knowledge. But if you don't have the attitude, no one is going to hire you and train you and put you there or keep you there. Agreed? Those who are agreed, please raise your hands. Those who are agreed. Great. So then what we talk today is in all the HR forums, all the HR guys, they say hire for attitude. If someone is having a good attitude, he can be trained and can be managed well and can have better productivity. So my friends, ability is something that can be earned these days. To become a CEO, sometimes it happens, it was said that CEO has born. But I'll prove in my next slides, prove in the video, no one is an inborn CEO. Even if Sakshi Gupta can be CEO down the line 10 years. And I can be again, Parvan Saab or me, people like me can be again holding our CVs at her door to get the job. Sakshi, us time mein dhyan rakhna, theek hai?
Yes.
Anyway. So then I'll talk about this attitude that reflects in our general behavior. As a management student, when you are approaching an interview, the psychologists, the human resource guys, they will certainly know how you are behaving. And they will learn from that if your behavior is really office appropriate behavior or workplace, I can say more clearly, it's workplace appropriate behavior, right? So if your behavior is not workplace appropriate, they may say, just hold for a while. Let me, in this particular example, let me share a very recent, thing, you can say hiring that happened, and what exactly really happened to that particular guy. There is a big company, I'll not quote the name here, who was trying to hire a senior manager for their company that they are into fintech, financial technologies space. They have a very good, outfit, and they were trying to hire someone from another IT giant as a senior manager operations for their operations team. You can say the technical project managers. And after all the virtual rounds, that person given a ticket to fly to Pune to meet their, board of, maybe their senior management people for the final discussion and the, offer letter. He went there After rounds of interviews, then they said, yes, congrats, you are selected. And then he came back. The salary, the position, everything was good. Then after a few days, the human resource people, as usual, they asked for the salary documents. He sent it. Then they have sent an offer. And he thought, yes, that's really great to go. But he was thinking, and he was keep putting it a hold for a few days before informing his current employer. And he wasted 5 days. And on the 6th day, in the fine morning, he thought that he should ask for a formal offer letter. And believe me, that formal offer letter never reached him. Yes, if you have listened, you have listened correct. The formal offer letter never reached him. So they may have to learn this. What happened with that particular guy? The offer letter never came to him. He may have resigned, then it was a problem for him to, to solve the notice period, then got the exit and without any job. Fortunately, he has not resigned, or he has not even informed his current employer. His life was saved somewhere. So they have identified something really fishy in his general behavior. After getting the finance compensation document, he never reached them. He never sent their resignation acceptance letter. He never really made a gap of 5 days. So that reflected his attitude towards the job. So he lost the job. So your general behavior will really play a major role, even if when you are, and it will play a major role when you are coming from the campus, right? So this will really play a major role when you are coming from the campus. So this particular is important, how you are reflecting it. Then your thinking style, how you think, how you give the answer. So please remember, when they will ask you a question, try to give the answer to the question. That's the one thing all we are missing. When they will ask you, when you will be available for the interview, maybe, for example. So give them a date. Sir, I'll be available for the interview on 13th of X month or X day. But what do we say? Sir, we have many assignments. We have many companies visiting our campus. We don't have the time to reach you. So, I'm thinking if we can manage it. So all this history, no one is interested to learn from you. So if they're asking a question, try to give the answer. And you should develop a structured thinking. Your thinking process should be really structured or SNUNG. It should not be, anything like this. So don't give a big history. Then the fourth one come to you is this one. Problem solving. No one is going to pay you just to pay you. Everyone wants to pay you because you have to solve the problems. If they are paying 10,000 rupees, you have to say, solve 20,000 problems. So when I, in my first slide, initial slide, I have given you 2 problems, 2 different problem statements in a very small way. But what happened is many of you either have a very, broadened thought process. Your thought process are not structured. It's a mixed one, and you have not given the actual reason to the problem. So try to develop these problem-solving techniques. Then the last one, but the most important is you should stay hopeful every time. If you'll say, I can't get a job, I may not be selected, someone else can be better than me. So please be sure that you'll never get a job, better job, what you are expecting. You'll get a job because these days, jobs are, really plenty available. But to get a dream job, please stay hopeful. That's one, right? So then I'll talk about the skills. So when I talk about, the skills, the interpersonal skills. So anyone can define these interpersonal skills. If you are feeling bored, do tell me that you are feeling bored. We can make it shorter, but I like to go like this. So please, anyone can define this interpersonal skills. What are the ingredients to it? Or what are the branches of interpersonal skills? Anyone can. Everyone talks about this. Yeah. Tell me, please carry on. Someone was talking and
I think it was Ayushi.
Ayushi, please carry on. Interpersonal skills. We being the management students, we always say, interpersonal skills. But anyone can define it. If can give an example of it. What is it? Then I will tell you something from my experience that will help you in your future.
So listening skills, non-verbal.
That is communication skills, my friend, Devinder. Listening is the #1 communication skill.
Self-confidence.
Sorry.
Self-confidence.
Self-confidence, yeah. Anything else? Please participate so that I can learn, you can learn, we all can learn.
Positive attitude.
Positive attitude is in the attitude bucket, yeah.
Self-confidence.
Self-confidence is one of the, you can say partly it's an interpersonal skill and partly the comm skill. Self-confidence is a comm skill that really, you can, it is aggravated in your appearance.
So
So
we have
that's-
some answers in the chat box also.
Somebody
Sorry?
says
So the
behavioral
action
techniques for
which
communicating.
we use to interact the
Your voice is breaking somewhere. Come so you can hear that person?
Yes, I think there was some issue in the voice.
Okay, reading mind. Prince, reading mind is it's a psychological factor, and no one really expects and pressure from the college can read everyone's mind. If I am saying that I can read the minds of the people, no doubt, I'm sure I'm telling the lie. I'm not telling the truth. It's really a very tough job to read the minds, and that comes with an experience. Anyway.
Leadership.
We have
Leadership.
we have
skill.
one more. Yeah, we have one more response.
Mhm.
This is in the chat box. We have 4 responses. Okay, in case
This is
if
conflict management skills. We interact with people, self-belief, decision-making. Yes.
yes, to build trustful relationship.
Responsible, interact with people, self-belief, decision-making, build. Anirudh, again, thank you very much. You always comes with a very genuine answer. To build trustful relationship.
Sense of humor.
Sense of humor is one. So trustful relationship, when I'm saying, I'll not advise more on this particular item. I will tell you one thing, and I'll request Faman sir to, correct me if I'm wrong. Number 1, your manager plays a major role to shape your career. Is this correct? Sir, you are on mute. Your manager plays a major role to shape your career. Is this correct? Your manager having the more, it needs more contribution from your manager to make you grow in that organization. Is this correct? So the interpersonal skill, the major part is to manage your manager. If you have a better relationship with your manager, no doubt he will play a role to give the shape to your career. So every time the conflicts are good, the difference of opinion is good, but ensure you are really developing a good relationship with your manager in this time basically. That one type of interpersonal skill will really make you stay there, make you grow, make you, make something different for you. Give your career a shape. If your manager is not happy with you, if there is a very bad relationship you are enjoying with your manager, you are having with your manager, not enjoying, ensure that you may not be the right choice for the company going down the line. So managing your manager is one of the interpersonal skills that we sometimes forget to talk about in all the different seminars. So I will talk about, if you say decision-making skills, even if you don't need a decision-making skill in the initial days of your career, your manager can help you out. If you say, I am not confident, your manager can make you confident. If you say, I have lacking some skills, your manager can force you to learn new skills, can coach you, can mentor you, right, to learn new skills. So this, for me, this interpersonal skills these days for all the management students is to manage their manager. Even if there is not a good relationship with your manager, try to make a neutral relationship with your manager and try to learn as many things as possible from him or her. That's one. Rest interpersonal skills you can define on your own way. There are many books. I'm sure your organization, being a premier organization in this country, they must taught you different interpersonal skills. But this is what I learned from my 17 years. Managing your manager will, make you fly high. Then the technical skills that take the second stage. What you are doing, you may be a marketing manager, you may be a marketing executive, maybe a sales head, maybe you are in general management or you are a general manager or whatever you may be starting your career with. You must learn the technical skills in your space. You must learn the latest trends in your space. You have to be a continuous learner to make you stay there. So that's one. And the third one is a less important, this one, and is interconnected, your communication skills. How you are communicating with your manager, how you are communicating with your peers, how you are communicating with your juniors. That will play a major role in your career. So what happens is, this communication skill will make people know you. So because every organization, when you are going to a better organization, there is a 360-degree feedback system. Your juniors will give a feedback for you, your peers will appraise you, your seniors will appraise you. If these three will not in line, if you are not managing the relation, if you are really not communicating well, you are failed somewhere. That's one. Then we'll move forward the knowledge. Knowledge, where I'm pressing this particular knowledge and skills that are different. In knowledge periphery, you should have the domain knowledge, the domain you are working. And you should have a general awareness as well. Only you talk about marketing, because generally being a sales teacher, I talk about sales. I talk about human resources. So, talking about that, when there is an accountant, if he always speaks about accounts, speaks about balance sheet, he will remain an accountant throughout his career. Unless and until he is not, trying to speak something strategic, unless and until he has no general knowledge about accounting systems, reformations, he cannot be the accounting manager. He'll be accountant forever, for throughout his life. And knowledge updation is, again, these two are interconnected. You have to update your knowledge at the pace of the time. Sure. Then there is a study that talks about, if anyone can read it.
Yes, sir, sure.
Yeah, Shakshi.
A person gets job, an increment or a promotion. 85% time it's due to attitude, and only 15% of time because of intelligence and knowledge of specific facts and figures. A study from the Harvard University.
The HBS says there is a survey, 85% time they found that, the industry chaps, they got promotions because they have the good attitude. And 15%, they have the knowledge and skills, they are doing exceptionally good in their space, then the another 50% will be given to them. So you choose which one suits you. That will be your choice. That I'm not talking about, there is a study, I'll share these details, the links to the studies, so they are sources with Farman Sahab, and Farman Sahab will subsequently share with you. Then comes, the attitude. Attitude, we talk about everything. How attitude will help you to, get into the ladder. So, if I talk, it will take. So how attitude develops, that's you'll. Suppose someone is having a negative attitude. If this can be changed, all we burn with equality, burn with the belief system, all we burn with particular cardinalities, particular calibers with the genes, if it can be changed. In earlier days, people say attitude cannot be changed. Yeah, uska attitude aise hi hai, aise hi rahega. But nowadays, that is outdated. This can be changed and can be changed with your willingness to learn. If you are really looking forward to learn new things, you are really looking forward to make a positive impact, your attitude can be changed because you are open to learning. So when attitude comes in, जैसे हम किसको बताते हैं ना कि this is what the attitude. There are very, very real story that is attached to me that I'll tell you. When I became graduated, and it was a very, not even my before my master's, before completing my last semester, I was placed with Procter & Gamble as an intern, for summer intern. At the time, there was summer intern. And with a high attitude, because I am coming from a premier engineering school, premier engineering business management school. So their attitude was very, very different. So on a fine day, Mr. Ashish Verma was the human resource head. He called all the interns in one table, and he was trying to teach us how you can, really design a performance management system. I myself being very negative attitude, तो उन्होंने बोला कि do it this way. तो मैंने तुरंत उनको, मैं एक पेन मेरे हाथ में था, मैंने उनको पेन को रख के मैंने कहा ऐसे होता ही नहीं. Then I put down the pen on the table, और वो पेन टेबल पे गिर के it just strike out his shirt. So that was the end of the day of the internship. So from there I learned the attitude never works. Then I went to the college. After so many foldings, so many punishments, I got another internship with Amul Spray. Then career shaped from there. But that was my one experience. So my friends, my suggestion to you, there is no advice in these days. My hand-folded suggestions: never try to show such type of attitude in the initial stage of career. Right. So then I have a few plans and suggestions for you. Evaluate your present attitude, how you are behaving with your friends, your family, your teachers, especially anything you may think, and what really required, to be changed. Just jot it down, just note it down. 5 things that you are doing differently or you are doing negatively, you have to change. And the second one is always have the faith, which is stronger than a fear. कभी ये भी मत नहीं सोचना कि this is the COVID era, we may not be getting a better job. But let me tell you, people are getting far better job post-COVID. After the great resignation happens. Farman Sahab knows, I know, those are working in the industry, the great resignation is a pressing time for us. Right? So they called it great resignation. There is a term coined by Anthony Koch, I believe, unka naam, I don't know last name, Anthony K, who is the professor of organizational behavior at South Carolina University, who has coined this term at great resignation, post-COVID era. So always have the faith that you will win, others may lose or win, that's none of your business. So don't be fear. No, you shouldn't have the fear inside. So that should be a purpose for you. I'll ask everyone, if each one of you have a statement of purpose, what exactly you want to do, what type of companies you are going to do, and what exactly you want to achieve in your career. That purpose should be well defined. Then only you can act on that. Then you have to change your thought pattern and develop good habits. These are few suggestions. If you may like it, you can go with it. That will help you. Then the skills, knowledge, then the learning, then the development, then I'll quickly, I have passed few slides that I'll send it to you. You can read it and you'll learn from that. So what really makes it or breaks it? Kamancho, I'll have another 5 to 10 minutes time, I believe.
Yes, another 5 minutes.
Then I have to close, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So in make it, break it, who gets selected and who gets rejected? If anyone, Vijay, can you read the who gets selected so that Pallavi can, Sakshi can repeat who gets rejected?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So who gets selected is your CV, and who gets rejected is a bad CV.
So what do you mean by good CV and a bad CV? Anyone can answer? Anyone else in the 62 participant? Anyone? Any one of you know that is a concept of ATS, application tracking system? Anyone who knows the term that is called ATS compatible CV? ATS compatible
No, sir.
CV.
Yes, sir.
Sakshi, you know it?
No, sir.
Anyone else? Please raise
Yes,
your hand
sir.
if you know ATS compatible CV. Yes, Soumya, please tell me, what is ATS compatible CV?
Sir, I know the applicant tracker, what you said previously, sir. It is, it finds the keywords in the resume. And sir, at the time of screening the resume, it find out the keywords which are necessary for the job description.
That is only, different. You are somewhat closer, but ATS never finds the keywords. My question is, what is ATS compatible CV? If your CV is not ATS compatible, it will even not going to reach the interviewer. It will not going to reach the human being who can read your CV. The ATS, the application tracking system will reject it and flush it there. So that's the new concept of ATS compatible CVs. If so for example, in your CV, if there is a table, every time what happens is when we are new to the industry, we show our, what you can say, the academic details, 10th, 12th, graduation, post-graduation in a tabular format, correct? And if that contains a table, your ATS will not screen your CV and your CV will not reach to the recruiter. It will flush it out. If your CV is having different fonts, different sections, and if sections are highlighted with a scroll bar, so that will not be an ATS compatible CV. If your CV is having a photograph, that is never an ATS compatible CV. If your CV is having more than 10 semicolons, that cannot be an ATS compatible CV. So that will take another session. If you want, I can tell you what the ATS compatible CV is there. So make your CV ATS compatible, and please ensure we are writing the objectives. Sometimes I found while interviewing the management students, they are writing the objectives. They know if that objectives can be written by a vice president, that is really fit to that CV. But that freshers are writing that type of objective. You should please avoid that. Sure. Then that's the CV is the #1 marketing material for you to market yourself in the market. Agreed? Who is agreed on that? Can you please raise your hand? The CV is the #1 marketing brochure, marketing document. Keep raising your hand. Those who will raise your hand, I will catch them. I will teach them something different personally. 5 are raising their hands. They yes, CV is one of your first marketing material. You are being the management students. When you are launching a product, you are packaging your brochures, your leaflets. If they are not really eye catchy, no one is going to purchase the product from you. Do you think anyone is going to purchase the product? So make your CV in that way. Okay, carry on. Next point.
And next point is who gets selected is of attitude, and who get rejected is a negative one.
Okay. And negative one that we have already discussed. And what about skills, knowledge,
And skills,
presentation?
knowledge.
The skills, knowledge we have already discussed. What about the presentation? When you are going for the interview, how you are presented, how you are really your body language, your dressing sense, that will really matters for a newcomer that is coming to the industry. Clear? And passions. So you may have learned that story. There is an interview going on. A number of marketing managers sitting at the reception, and someone sitting with them is a human associate. He was talking each of them. Then at the end, they found him in the interview room, and he deliberately rejected those who they are talking about negative on the company. The company is keeping us waiting for last so many times. I don't know how they are behaving, this, that. All this will be taken into account, and you will be, instantly rejected. So have some patience when you are appearing for the interview, or, have some patience to listen to the questions of the interviewer. That will help you out. A listener and over talkative and a bad communicator will be rejected. A listener will be selected. Your truthfulness, don't try to be more flattering on your CV, on your academics, on your college, on anything you have done. Try to be truthful, because that can be, chopped out from all your social media activities, and your confidence will play a major role here. So this system is being used by the human associates. We check the honesty. They will ask you a question, and after a few minutes of few discussions, they will ask you the same questions, and they will get the red flag. If you are over ambitious, they will, for example, they will ask you, if not a human being, what animal you want to be and why. And if you say, I will become a lion, then obviously you are over ambitious. Your conviction, how convicted you are with the questions, the knowledge, that knowledge you have. A non-controversial personality. Please ensure what you are writing on your Twitter account, on your Facebook, on your LinkedIn, on any thoughts anywhere, the job boards, or maybe on the aggregators, that will be taken into account, and that will be treated as controversial personality if you are having a comment on particular thing. It can be anything, right? And how analytically you are thinking. They'll ask you the problem, and you'll say how analytical you are. Then at last, it's not the least, but you have to, before going to the organization for the interview, you have to learn about the product, their services, and then the job you are applying. So we have almost covered this make it and do's and don'ts that I'll send it to you. You'll read from this slide. So before I'm moving forward, I'd like to show you a small video. Just hold for a while. If you can listen to the music. You can see the Praman sir, you can listen to the music.
No, I did not.
No one can listen to the music.
No, sir, we cannot listen to the
No,
music.
sir.
But you can see the picture, right?
Yes,
I'll
yes.
explain.
Yes, sir.
Sure. What in the meantime I am doing is, please allow me to make my, just a second. Discard. So I'm just no, make my video pause so that I can explain while you will be looking. You can see the video, right?
Yes, now.
Okay. They subvert the paradigm. So everyone says success comes with an experience, but there was no experience for this guy.
Now video is there. Sound is there.
Now you're video. Sure. People should retire at 60. But when he retired, no one knows. So you obviously should have the education, but he has no such education. He will drop out. So this then comes what happens to these heroes and how they bounce back. This you must have. Lost what it says. Sure. Okay. So now, am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir, you are.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these heroes lost somewhere. Then what happens? How they bounce back? Okay. Anyway, so this says when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Clear? So why I'm showing you. Hello, am I
Yeah.
audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So why I've shown you this video is sometimes what happens while working with this corporate sector. As said, it was the corporate jungle. Sometimes you may be feeling, you may think that you have failed totally. That will happen sometimes with any one of us, even if those really worked for a long time and those are working, everyone feels the same problem. They failed somewhere down the line on one or other day. So what you will do there is you shouldn't be, you have to thought back. Okay. Is this visible, my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that, maybe my audio got stopped. My video got stopped or something like happened with it. No problem. No problem. Okay. So that will happen in a career. So in this total conversation, I will talk about only two things. I have to like to let you know. Please do not waste your time on job portals. Please give your time to the job aggregators. So anyone of you know what is the difference between job portal and job aggregator? Hello. Hello.
Yes, you are audible.
Anyone who knows about the difference between a job portal and job aggregator? Anyone? I can't see the video. I believe even if my video is available to all of you, or my video is on mute.
No, you are not
No,
visible.
sir, we cannot see you.
We cannot see you.
That may be the problem. Just hold on, sir. Hold on. Let me- Before you conclude, the
Yeah.
video should be.
We are running short of time, sir, now. Just to
Okay.
remind you.
Okay, sure. No. I'll be enabling my now my video is visible, right?
Yes.
Okay. So anyone who know there is a difference between a job portal and a job aggregator? Anyone can answer? No? Hello? I lost the video. Pravan sir,
Yeah, you are audible. You are audible completely.
but no one is answering. People may be feeling, this is quite long, right?
No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
So anyone can give the answer, how, okay. If there is a difference between a job portal and a job aggregator. So what happens in India, even if we waste time on the job portals, Naukri.com, Monster.com, people update their CVs, get there, even if without knowing their ATS score, they do all these things, and those are really going somewhat not workable. So please try to work on the job aggregators. That is indeed is a job, not a job portal. It's a job aggregator as well as a job portal. LinkedIn is a job aggregator, right? So in that way, there are many job aggregators. So that will help you to learn more about it. So before writing the CV, please ensure you are visiting the job scan. You scan the job, get the your keywords or details from there, put it on CV, get your ATS score. Free ATS score is available in almost all job aggregators. So you should know your CV ATS score. So remember, the ATS score of every CV should not be less than 85%, each CV. If your ATS score is less than 85%, your CV is gone to without reaching to the recruiter, it will gone to somewhere else. So please do it. So we have discussed few things, and though this session, this make it or break it a session of 2.5 hours, but it's a 45-minute session. So I should not go more on that. I'll share this slide and the details of all my few inputs. Pravan sir, please distribute them. Right.
Yes, I
So
will share with them.
at this time, if you have any questions, anything, this is open to all of you. You can ask the questions. I'll try to give the answers. Any questions? Which one you are sitting at the under the tree? It really looks nice. You can enable your camera. Don't worry. If you have a question, please raise your hand. Anyone have any questions?
I think at this point of time, we are just running short of time. Reason, it was 45-minute sessions and we keep 15 minutes for the question answer session. So I need to look at their, next schedule because they have their back-to-back schedule. Right, sir? Yeah. So maybe 1 or 2 questions quickly.
Maybe anyone can ask 1 or 2 questions. I can give the answers, or we can close the session.
Yeah.
Sakshi, you have any questions? No questions? Okay.
All right. I think it was very interactive sessions and people, they were
Yes, sir.
involved in the discussions, and throughout the sessions, there were interaction was going on. So I'm sure, so.
What happens is, this session never really, I never do it online, but, due to this COVID from last 2 years is going online, but it's not more, it is more, it should be more interactive, and it should be.
Yes, you requested me. Yeah, you requested me for the off campus, but we are making our campus mandatory from the maybe next month. onwards, the candidates will be coming college campus, and offline classes will be closed. So
Okay,
we'll
okay.
invite you. Yeah, surely we'll invite you to the
that's-
college campus,
yeah,
for
okay.
more, exercises to involve students for the learning.
Sure.
So, yeah,
Because
now I would
that
request-
CV,
Yeah.
that CV writing, CV processing,
Yes,
so many
definitely,
things I have really,
Yeah,
passed through the slides quickly.
And I saw, like, we look at you, because you were talking about in the email that, for the campus placements point of view also for this year, so that there
Exactly,
we require your,
exactly.
we need your support. We
Sure,
need your
sure.
support.
Every time,
Yeah,
sir. Anytime.
That's great.
Anytime.
That's great. So I
Sure.
would request Vijaya for the vote of thanks now.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out your precious time and giving us such a meaningful insights. It was great learning session, sir. And the point, like you have told us, that like job search techniques designed to style a CV, reflections of attitude, and how you told a story to make the session interesting and interacting. And the way you have started were really insightful. And I am sure that they will be helping us in the near futures too. So it was a very great listening to you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Once again.
Thank you.
Thank you
Vijay.
so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you,
Yeah,
Sakshi.
thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you for all your
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, bye-bye.